Hi guys, exeter-rider, hope you're doing well. This week I'm on a bike which everybody wants to know about at the moment. It's the CFmoto 450, and it's a sort of middleweight bike, I suppose you could say. Start her up. Sounds nice. Feels really light actually, and clutch is ever so light as well. Feels really, yeah, you don't have to be a strong man or strong lady to ride this bike. It's quite nice. I'm 5'8", 30-inch inside leg, and I'm really flat-footing it really quite easily. Switchgear all looks nice. Now I know that if you've seen my 800 MT video, then I've got some work to do with CFmoto. They have to build up my confidence, because yeah, there's a few things you hear online, isn't there? Some of them you kind of have to filter, but it all looks really quite plush, I have to say. The 800 MT was alright, I quite liked it, but there was, I think there could be better options, if I'm honest with you, within the competition. Finding neutral, not too bad. Not the slickest of gearboxes by the looks of it. Left hand bar, we got the menu. I don't know what that does. Up and down. Toggle switches. What's that there? Yeah, information, traction control, settings, up shift, phone settings. Yeah, normal stuff, I guess, on these bikes, isn't it?
Good or happy?
I'm all good, mate. Thank you very much. Yeah, ABS on and off as well. I like it. How does that work again? Just hold on to it. Off-road. ABS is now off. Simple as that. Just hold on to the button, hold it down for 3 to 4 seconds, and off it goes. Got the horn down the bottom here, and the indicators. Really nice. Oh, this is nice. Nice and light. It's got a strange way of turning. I feel like I'm giving the bars loads of manoeuvre, but nothing seems to happen. Oh, that's the weirdest thing. I've never known that on a bike before. Just nothing there. It's weird. I'm sure you can see that on camera, can you? I'm turning it and hardly anything's happening. Weird. Very strange. Anyway, it's not a negative. Not yet, anyway. See what it's like out on the road. You can still turn it pretty quick if you want to, but it's not, response movement there is next to nothing. Very weird. I'll get over that in a minute. Got that little dinky screen up in front there. I'll leave you to it for now, and I'll talk to you in a minute when we get out on the road. Yeah, it's definitely got a big market, this bike. A lot of people are wanting this sort of bike, and that's where the Chinese bikes really come in. They really do pull the rug from under the other manufacturers with giving people what they want, and that's definitely what this bike is. So, people want this style bike in a 450, not even a 400, a 450, as I say. It's a really nice capacity, almost that unicorn bike, really, isn't it? Or unicorn engine is around the 450. If you said to me, like many people do, and I'm no expert, I'm really not, I really am just like you. If somebody said to me, is it going to be a Himalayan or one of these, I think we both know what the hands down answer is going to be, don't we? But still, you know what, the actual bike itself isn't bad. It's not bad. It's far from perfect. It's far from well, it's got its faults, like, but overall I think you pay the right money for what the bike does and what it gives you. I think it's the right price. On the twisties like this, seems to be quite nice, quite comfortable. It's actually quite a nice bike to turn in. It's quite light, as you'd expect. And power delivery out and sort of above 3,000 is quite good. It's not bad. It's a bike that wants to be going all the time. I think that's the way I'd word it. So around town it may get a little bit choppy, braking wise. On the front it's not bad either. Yeah, it takes off really well actually. What would it be like off-road? I don't know. I'm not doing off-road on it. They're not doing off-road rides on it either. So at the moment I couldn't tell you. My gut feeling is that it'll be just alright. It's not going to be as good as the 450 off-road, I don't think, although, you know, granted it's going to be lighter, I would imagine. It feels lighter on top than the Himalayan 450. It's quite a choppy throttle, as I say, so the slow speed stuff, you know, you're going to end up spinning the back wheel a bit more than what you may want. Yeah, holding 30 miles an hour or so, 5th gear, 3,000 revs. It's okay. Feels like it's got plenty more torque, although you won't see it on the camera as there's quite a steep hill here. I'm just holding the throttle and it's still going. Vibrations wise, that is where it really is doing very well actually. It's not bad at all. There's no high frequency buzz or anything like that, and this is quite a new bike as well, so that will only get better in time. That's where it kind of wins a bit more, I would say. It's yeah, it does. It's way above the Himalayan on that one. Much better. I'd even say that it's kind of, it would be better at motorway speeds than what it is out on these sort of roads really, which is ironic, isn't it, I guess, you know, all things considered. Suspension depends how it's set up, isn't it? I haven't looked to see what's on the back. I guess it's on the second toughest setting on the back. We've got adjustable suspension on the front, which is quite impressive, isn't it, to be fair? That's good. Yeah, on the back at the moment it seems to be, I think to say it's budget is the wrong word, but you can tell it's built to a price, and that's fair enough because it is built to a price. But what they've done, to be fair, is good, you know, for the money that you pay. But in our country, it'd be interesting to know what the wait time would be to get one of these. At the moment, they've only just come out. Apparently, on this show, their first batch of bikes to come into the country. So we will see what happens there. I don't have a lot of faith in the brand at the moment. They got a lot to prove to me before I get confidence in them, because sadly the things that I have heard are not great. I think it starts out alright, but as soon as the bike starts to, or as soon as from what I gather from a friend of mine who owned one, as soon as they start to go wrong, you've had it. And trying to get parts for it can be very, very problematic. And he was off the road for 3 months with his CFmoto, so you know, just waiting on a part. So that's for me, deal breaker. And also the brand itself isn't very forthcoming, and I'm going to be straight up with you with this. I'm not going to hold back any punches, because it is something that they need to get right. It's alright everybody's saying, oh, look at the CFmoto 450 and its spec and everything that goes with it, but as I said before to many others, when you buy a bike, you're not just buying the bike. That's only half of it. Another 25% is the dealer. Another 25% is when it goes wrong, it needs to be able to be fixed. It's all well and good saying it's got a 4-year warranty, and that's what my friend had. He had I think it's 3 or 6, I think it's longer than that, I think it was 6 years. It was prior to KTM taking over. There's no point having a 6-year warranty or 3-year warranty if you're still without the bike for 3 months. It just becomes void in my eyes. I do think it could sell well. I'm not sure if it will because of supply, but they're definitely on the right path with the bike, but it's just everything else that goes with it. Now that is just my opinion, and I'm just another human being like yourselves, so I could be wrong. I hope I am wrong, and I hope it does all. I hope it do fly off the shelves and they get the supply in and the parts are available. Another classic with that is the Triumph 400 range. I've had a few people mail me, mainly on, linked to another video, saying that their Triumph 400 Scrambler they can't get any spare parts for, which is just, again, it's something they need to get on top of. So yeah, that is the thing with all these bikes, isn't it? You may pay a lot, less money for a bike which is, seems to be highly spec'd and looks the part, sounds the part, and goes alright, but you want to give yourself a crystal ball, I'd say. We all know how time goes very quickly, and before you know it, you've had a bike for 3-4 years. So, are you still going to be happy with it in 3 or 4 years? It's the first thing. And also you need to think about depreciation if the bike doesn't take off very well. How much are you going to be able to sell that bike for? Because there's a strong chance you can probably, with the CFmoto's case, with the way that they are, like the 650 MT for example, you can pick them up for next to nothing compared to what you bought them for, because of all the reasons that I've just said. They don't really hold their value too well, so choose wisely. Whereas if you bought a Himalayan 450, then you could be onto a safer bet. That is the fact of it, isn't it? The sad truth. I think, to be fair, I think as an A2 rider, I think you'll be made up with this bike. I really do. I reckon that's where this bike sits. I think for the experienced adventure rider, I think the Himalayan probably is the answer. But for the A2, I'm thinking of my son really. If he was A2 on a budget, and he wanted this sort of style bike, an adventure bike with a bit of poke and sounds good, and it does sound good. So for the young crowd, they'd like the sound of the engine, they'd like the poke of it, they'd like the spec. They would be made up with this more than what they would the Himalayan, which the looks of it is going to be subjective. I know my son would like this bike, but he wouldn't like the Himalayan, so he'd probably go for this. Yeah, being able to turn the ABS off is pretty cool as well. But as I say, it's not really a bike which jumps out at me for going off-road with. It's just a light gravel adventure bike, that typical situation really. Mainly because of the suspension. So, I think I pretty much, without wrapping it up, I think I pretty much wrapped it up anyway. I think I said all I need to say on that. It is just my opinion. Go and try one if you can. Good luck getting one, because they're really, really hard to get hold of at the moment. Yeah, so thank you very much for watching, and hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the show, as you could say. It's only an hour test ride, but honestly, guys, as I've said many times before, you can get on a bike, ride it up the road, get into second gear, and normally that normally tells you what you need to know. The rest is just, you know, bits of icing on the cake. So yeah, for me, I want to say thank you very much for watching. Please like the video, that would be really cool if you could like it. I'm not here to upset anyone. If I've upset anyone because of my comments, then that's unintentional. It's just trying to give people my unbiased thoughts on a bike, and I always will do that because that's what I owe to the people taking the time out to watch it. So like the video, subscribe if you haven't done already, and I'll see you next Sunday for another review. I'll leave up a video of the 800 MT if it hasn't come out yet already at the end as well, so it might be worth watching. And again, I go into the whole big cake scenario at the same time. Catch you next week. Cheers. I almost forgot to say, Charlie, the rest day rider, also owns one of these. She took one out. She really liked it. She bought one. Lovely lady by the sounds of it. I never met the lady, but she seems really nice. So yeah, get yourself over to her channel because she owns one of these and she'll be able to tell you what it's like long term. Also Nathan Millwood as well has one. He's just bought one, so they can let you know what it's like first hand, what it's like to actually own a bike. Scorpion tyres, looks like a what's it? Yeah, I thought it was a 21. It's a 21-inch wheel, single brake disc J1 brakes, which are okay, parallel twin, and there you go. Rest Day Rider, Nathan Millwood. Check out their channels. Thanks for watching. Cheerio.